Welcome back. Grizzly Connect, Bryant Johnson, Vista's Restaurant with Kaylee Smith of the ASC women's soccer team. The junior has been part of a team that's been right in the hunt for a playoff appearance for the first time in this program's history. Heading into this interview, you had a 5-point advantage over CSU Pueblo for the final playoff spot. But even though that's a nice, comfortable lead, what's Coach Cliff and your teammates doing to ensure that you remain focused on what the primary goal is?
Well, we have to win a lot of games. We have a lot of business to take care of still. I mean, it's not a for sure thing at all. We're still worried about Highlands today. We have to beat them. We have to take care of, the next couple games. And he always gives us, great pregame speeches and, a lot of motivation to win and stuff. So, I mean, we still have a long way to go, but we're looking at getting there.
I don't expect you to share with me verbatim what these pregame speeches consist of, but what's been a special, memorable comment maybe the coach has made to you before a game?
Well, one of them actually is he told us to just go out and have fun, and we completely, just all the stress went away and just went out there and dominated the team. So that was probably my favorite moment.
I think that's probably the hardest part about being a coach is really sensing the feel of your team before a big match. What do you feel when you're looking around? Can you tell your team is tight? Can you tell if they're loose?
You can always tell if we're going to come out strong or not by our warm-up and stuff. These next couple games, I know we're all going to come out strong because we want it and we need these games. So.
You've been able to take care of the teams that, quite frankly, you should be able to beat. Beating Pueblo, beating Colorado Christian, even though you lost to them in Lakewood earlier in the year. Those are wins that need to happen to establish the direction of the program. But what's the next step? What's the next step in beating some of these teams that already have playoff spots locked up?
Well, that's our motivation. We really have nothing to lose and everything to gain, so that's about it.
What do you think has been the holdup in really clipping the Metros and some of these established programs?
Well, when we went on to Metro, we went in wanting to win, but we got nervous when we got up, and we never play well when we're nervous. So I think the next couple games that the teams we shouldn't be beating, but, we really need to beat and we really want to, we're going to go in just, not having a care in the world, just going out and having fun like Coach said. And, we're a great team and, good things will happen to us. So.
It's Kaylee Smith with the ASC women's soccer program. The Missouri native was part of one of the elite AAU and club soccer teams in the entire country, playing with the Kansas City Comets. I mean, you won, and you won big when you were playing in KC. You mentioned that playing in Nashville and winning the title in Tennessee was something that really was an awesome moment for you. Club soccer's really evolved. What do you think has been one of the reasons why it's taken off and why so many young women are taking part in it and succeeding and really becoming prepared for college soccer?
I just think everybody starts young. Everybody's starting to start younger. Everybody is starting to commit younger, so everybody's getting involved in it and becoming really competitive in that nature. I mean, my little sister's 7 and she's playing competitive already, so they always start younger,
And this is scary considering what another one of your younger sisters has already been able to accomplish at ASC. I mean, Whitney has had an awesome start to her career at Adams State, and now you have another Smith that is ready to take over the soccer world by storm. What was the background with your family and soccer before you and Whitney started playing?
Actually, neither of my parents did soccer. My dad played football, my mom ran track, and they had us play all the sports when we were younger, and me and my little sister just got really interested in soccer and haven't stopped playing since.
And that must be kind of tough for parents because normally you base everything with your kids on the familiarity that you had growing up. So when you're trying to get involved in club soccer at the age of 10, when you're looking at Mia Hamm as your idol instead of maybe Jackie Joyner-Kersey that your mom was looking at when she was growing up, it must have taken them aback initially. How did they react to your early interest in soccer and in club soccer, which is an expensive sport and passion?
Yeah, my dad actually did a bunch of research on soccer, coached us when we were growing up until we got to that competitive age, coached all our younger teams. So they were actually the ones that pushed us to be in club soccer, and I was kind of happy. I mean, they took us, an hour to try out for these elite teams, and we would have never thought we would have made them, but we did, and turned out, good for us.
What kind of coach was your dad?
He was actually a lot like Coach Cliff. He was kind of like, you need to go get it done, and I like that.
So I'm sure you noticed those parallels when you were being recruited by Coach Cliff. Everybody says he's really persuasive. So when he was trying to lock you down and get you to Adams State, what was the selling point?
Um, well, he told me straight up that, the team wasn't doing very good the year before I came in, and I wanted that challenge. I wanted to come in and change the program along with all the other freshmen, and, I felt like if I was an upperclassman on a team like that, I would want younger kids to come in and help out and turn the program around, and that's really what persuaded me to come here.
It's Kaylee Smith of the ASC Women's Soccer Program. You're really an upperclassman your sophomore year. Your freshman year when you're at Adams State, this program is just starting. Now that you're a natural upperclassman, you're junior, and you're actually in a position to see freshmen and sophomores and get the respect just because of your experience here, experience you have here. How different is it in the sense that you've been treated like an upperclassman for the last 3 years, but now technically you really are one?
It's actually not any different to me. I just want to, the freshmen coming in, I want to show them how, the way the program is and, keep them heading in that direction. We're always probably going to be a young team, and, that's just how it is.
You mentioned that the freshmen, they do have a different aura around them, talent-wise, and just their approach, the Ali Mikados and a lot of these players who have stepped in and immediately contributed. What else do you feel is a big difference between these freshmen and the type of girls that you arrived on Adams State with 3 years ago?
A lot of them actually played club soccer, and I just feel like they came in wanting it. They came in wanting to change the program, wanting it more, and I haven't heard any negative things from them, and they're really good talent-wise. They really have all stepped in, and from Bethany being in defense, taking a big part. I mean, it's hard to come in as a freshman, starting at defense and having all that pressure on you, and they've done a really great job with it, all of them.
Of course, Kaylee is doing her part with the Think Pink breast cancer awareness in the month of October. What have you and your teammates decided to do for an awareness?
We usually have a game where Coach lets us wear pink. We haven't had one yet. It's kind of disappointing because that's my favorite color. But after each game we win, he lets me wear my pink Vans. So I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, I told you, well done in the inclusion of pink into this interview. Normally, I try to always have a pink bow tie, but I thought that would be inappropriate considering that you would represent us with all of the pink this week. Kaylee, of course, getting set to really dive into the bulk of the RMAC schedule. Adams State currently with a 5-point advantage over Pueblo, which would give them a playoff appearance. Do you even go there? Do you even think about what that moment would be like if you do get the playoff spot, or do you try to keep that in the back of your mind a little bit and keep worrying about every game?
Wow, we want to be there so bad. Every game is just like, that Coach always explains this, here's the playoffs, here's this next game, we need this next game to get in the playoffs, and everybody wants it, everybody's thinking about it. I mean, that would be great to send the seniors off, going to the playoffs and, accomplishing all that.
When Jess Helwig found out a month ago that you'd reached the top 10 for regional standings, regional rankings, she just burst out bawling. When you see a senior and someone who's worked so hard and how they react to being ranked in the regional rankings, what does that do to really set in stone the notion of what it would mean for these seniors and for these upperclassmen to make the playoffs? I
know it would mean everything to them, and as a senior, I would want to go out like that. So, we're trying to do our best to send them out like that, and I hope the best for him, honestly. I hope that we can send him out like that.
Thanks, Kaylee.
Thank you.
It's Kaylee Smith, Jr. out of Platte City, Missouri. We'll continue on.